Oh boy, have I been waiting to make this video. So today I'll be showing you guys how to mod any PS Vita. Either it's the 1000 series or the 2000 series. And if you have to ask yourself which series you have, it does not matter. So do not ask yourself that question. So first things first, you're going to need this adapter right here. They call it Vita to SD or SD to Vita or just a Vita adapter. And yeah, I sell these on my website if you want to check that out. It's the first link in the description. And you will also need a SD card. And it does not really matter how big it is. I think as long as it's maybe not like 2 terabytes or something, then you should be good. And yeah, just put that in there. And let's put this aside for now because we're gonna have to do some things. If you have a Japanese one, I recommend that you go into System Settings, go all the way down, go into Accessibility, and Button Assignments, and change Button Assignments, enable that, and change the circle to X and X to circle, so it is like all versions, and I will of course show you guys how to do this on all versions, and this will work on all versions, right? Once you have done that, I guess, then you can go back here. So you're going to go into Network and connect to Wi-Fi. So I'm just going to connect to my Wi-Fi real quick. And boom, once you've done that, you can just go back here and then System Update. Then update using Wi-Fi. Latest version of the system is already installed. So if you have that, then just press on OK. And it's really important that you are on system version 3.74, the latest version. If you are on anything before that, not good, not good. And really, you can use the SD card that's in here, but since it's much easier to explain to everyone how to use the Vita adapter, because the Vita adapter is much cheaper, this thing is really expensive, and 32 gigabytes, I think that's worth like 30 bucks or something. While here you can put in like 256 gigabytes for 30 bucks. So it's much better, much cheaper. So I'm just gonna take this out right away. And most people might not even have this come with their PS Vita when they buy it. So just forget about that, man. Just forget about that. Too expensive. And now let's launch the exploit. So we're going to go into the browser when we have internet connection. Really important that you have that. Go into browser, press on start. And then here, you're going to, yeah, so this one is Japanese. I get some Japanese text here. You're going to then search up right here, HTTP. Where is this thing? Then // jailbreak.psp 2.dev and enter. Now press on unlock my Vita and then unlock. Give this a second here. And I actually got an error, could not leap memory. And yes, this is a good example of what can happen sometimes when you try to launch the exploit. And yeah, so I will show you guys what to do. You're going to just press right here, then settings, and then enable JavaScript, make sure that's on, and then clear search history. Then delete all cookies. Then you can go out, just exit out of here. Open the browser again and just retry. You might have to wait a little sometimes. Maybe you even have bad internet connection. Yeah, as you can see, boom, got right into here. So yeah, things like that just happen sometimes, but don't worry, it's all fine. But now what you're gonna go to is install Henkaku and press on X. Oh yeah, since mine is Japanese, I actually have to press O because it doesn't translate in pages like this. So O is basically X, since mine is Japanese. So I'm going to press on circle, and boom. Now you can go on to install Vita Deploy, and also install that. There we go. And now you can actually insert this thing right here and just put it into the slot right here. Let's see, do I even remember how to put this in? It's been a while, okay? It's been a while. Yep, just like that. Then go down to exit and mount SD to Vita to UX0. Boom. And exiting in 3. Let it do its thing. There we go. Take a sip of your Monster if you have a Monster. And now you can go into settings again, start, and then go into Hankaku settings, and then check unsafe homebrew, and then go back here and just exit out of system settings. And then what you're gonna do is go all the way down here and open Vita deploy and start, and the file is corrupt, not good. So yeah, you can just ignore that, I guess. That can happen. So if that happens, you're just going to go into the browser again, and you'll just open this tab again. If you never went out of it, it will just auto open. There we go. And now you can just go on to replace near with Vita deploy and square replace near with Vita deploy. So let's press on square. There we go. Rebooting real quick, I guess. Damn, it boots up real quick. This is basically a PlayStation 3, you know. In such a small form factor that doesn't even get warm. I mean, maybe a little. I don't know when playing. I can't even remember. I don't think it gets that hot. Now, let's go into this right here, Vita Dep. It got replaced with the app Near. So let's open this. And yeah, same issue. So I guess I'll be showing you guys how to fix all of the problems today, eh? All the problems you can stumble upon. So now just go into the browser again, and we're just going to rerun the entire exploit, really. Because basically Hankaku is not active, so we're going to install it again. All done, and then install Vita deploy again. There we go. And now exit and mount SD to Vita. There we go. And now let's launch Vita deploy. Start. And same problem, the file is corrupt. So what we're gonna do then is open Vita deploy through here. And that will work. Thank God. Goddamn. Yeah, there can be a lot of issues, but of course none of them really harm your PSP. They just happen sometimes. So what you're gonna do now is install a different OS. And then quick 3.65 install. Downloading the updater. And we'll just download everything basically. And might take a while. Yeah, and I'll also show you guys how to download basically the 8-chop for the PSP and I mean PS Vita, so you can download all your games and play games. Fun, fun, fun. And one more thing, do not let the PS Vita get go into sleep mode in this process, because then the screen will turn black and you'll have to redo this basically, and turn it off, turn it on, and redo this entire installation. So just make sure that it does not go into sleep. So yeah, and boom, now it is in part 2. And if you get the prompt, do you want to transfer the data on the internal SD card to the removable memory card? When rebooting, select no. And then, yeah, because selecting yes would delete the data on your memory card. So you will not want to do that. Just saying this up front, really, if it pops up. And now I gotta release my cat out. Goddamn. Yeah, go out. Go and play, cat. Goddamn. And then, yeah, do you want to downgrade from firmware 3.74 to firmware 3.65? And press X to confirm. And yeah, my X is still circle, so I'm just going to press circle. And boom, it will continue real soon. So I'm just going to press circle again. If it can just do the thing. Is there any way to skip this? X, circle, no. And if you want to exit, of course, you just press and hold R. And yeah, there we go. Accept those terms. Circle. There we go. System update. There we go, installing system update. Damn, my cat really took a stanky shit. Holy moly. Didn't even know they could stink that bad. Gotta get done with this to get that shit out. God damn. Not even joking, man. There we go. There's really a lot of waiting when modding the PS Vita. And there we go. And now let's go into Vita deploy. Start. Oh, it's back to near, so that's not good. Let's exit out and see if Vita deploy now wants to work. Yes, it does. Great, so it fixed it. So what you're going to do now is go into App Downloader. Then you're going to download YAMT right here and PKGJ. Let's download this. There we go. And of course, if you stumble upon any issues, just comment and I'll try to do my best to help you. Let's see here. Yeah, you can now exit the app. Let's go out of here. And here we have two apps. You can just go into YAMT right here first. Install the light version. Let's just make sure it's on that. There we go. Oh, the camera's out of focus. There we go. So now let's get the SD card working. So what you're gonna do is open Vita deploy. There we go. Now go into miscellaneous and then format a storage device and then format target storage. There we go. And then go back and reboot. There we go. Now you can open up settings, start, and then devices, and then storage devices, and then enable use YAMT, and then set UX0 to default, that is right, and UMA0 to SD to Vita. And then hold the power button and select power off. And then once it is off, you can just power it on again. There we go. There we go. We need to actually install Vita shell. Yeah, so open up Vita deploy. I was right. Forgot we didn't install that. Then app downloader. Got some remixing up in here. Select that and download the selected apps. Damn, I gotta drink a little more Monster. Maybe less, maybe that's the problem. There we go. And go out of this. And then open up Vita shell, start. Then open the UX0 petition, which is right here. And then go a little down and just press triangle and mark all. And then press triangle again to bring up the menu. And then go to copy and select that, copied 18 files. And just go out of here. And then you can open up the UMA0 right here and open that. There we go. And go down to Seleno, just press triangle and then paste. There we go. Now this will take a while, so just give it a second here. There we go. Now I can just exit out of here, then go into settings, start. There we go. Go all the way down. No, not all the way down. Devices, storage devices, and then set UX0 to SD to Vita and UMA0 to default. Now you can restart, power off, and once it is completely off, just power on. There we go. And there we go. That is now done. So now I can just open PKGJ. Let's say it like that, okay? And yeah, here we'll get a lot of games. And as you can see, you are now on your SD card that you put in here. Just close this up right now. And now what you're gonna do is if you did not get any applications up here, you can just press on triangle, go down until you see refresh and just refresh. And it will then give you all of the DLCs and games and all of that. Then you can just search up, whoops, search is there a shortcut? Isn't there? No. So just press on triangle. Just press on search. Damn, it's so unusual with the X and 0 being mixed up. Some things like do work with X, some do not. So now if I just search up God of War, There we go, and here you can download whatever you really want now. So yeah, and install, and it will install and work. So that's really the basics of how you mod a PS Vita. And yeah, you can now download games or whatever, just of course legally obtain them. That's just an example, I guess. And yeah, for more videos on the PS Vita, I'll just throw some up here. This is the first video of the modding PS Vita franchise of videos, I guess, so I might not have any videos right here in the start, but yeah, I'll show you guys how to install themes and all of that over time. I just have a lot of work right now, but I'll do my best. So yeah, subscribe, like to stay tuned for newer videos, and yeah, thanks for watching. Like, dislike, subscribe. Goodbye.